We greet you, dear viewers, through Noursat TV in Tel Lumiere on the occasion of Loyalty and Allegiance Day and the anniversary of His Majesty King Abdullah II assuming his constitutional powers. The Noursat office in the Holy Land, Jordan and Palestine, represented by its director, Dr. Basim Al-Sam'an, and the team, extends its heartfelt congratulations and blessed wishes to His Majesty King Abdullah, the United Jordanian family, and our beloved country. Jordan, may this glorious occasion be renewed for His Majesty with continued prosperity, good health, and well-being. We begin our broadcast with the following headlines. Pope Francis, human trafficking is a new form of slavery. Queen Rania, during her visit to the Dawn of Christianity exhibition, calls on Europeans to visit Jordan. As part of his pastoral visits, Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzabella meets with his people in Cana of Galilee. Patriarch Theophilus III, we stand hand in hand with the United Jordanian family, both Christians and Muslims. During the celebration of World Day of Prayer and Reflection against Human Trafficking, His Holiness Pope Francis posed a crucial question. How can we continue to nourish hope in the face of this new form of slavery that shackles millions of people, women, children, youth, migrants, and refugees? His Holiness added, where can we find renewed momentum to combat organ and tissue trafficking, forced labor, as well as drug and armed trafficking? The Supreme Pontiff highlighted that 120 million people have been forced to migrate and leave their homes due to wars, conflicts, violence, poverty, and environmental disasters, which makes them vulnerable to fall into the hands of human traffickers. He further noted that these individuals often turn to criminal gangs in search of ways to travel from one country to another. Her Majesty Queen Rania Al Abdullah has called on Europeans to visit Jordan and experience its rich heritage. This appeal was made during her visit to the Dawn of Christianity exhibition, currently being held in Rome. While touring the exhibition alongside Italy's First Lady, Her Majesty emphasized Jordan's unique historical wealth and the significance of its Christian heritage. The exhibition featured 90 archaeological artifacts gathered from more than 30 historical sites across Jordan. Queen Rania invited tourists from Italy and across Europe to explore Jordan as a land of deep historical and religious significance. The exhibition, running until the end of the month, aims to introduce the Italian and global audience to Jordan's role as the cradle of Christianity and to shed light on the baptism site of Jesus Christ on the Jordan River, which continues to be a living testament to the heritage under the Hashemite leadership. Jordanians commemorate the 26th anniversary of Loyalty and Allegiance Day, the anniversary of the passing of the late Majesty King Hussein bin Talal, may God bless his soul, and the accession of His Majesty King Abdullah II to his constitutional powers as King of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. On this day of loyalty to Hussein the Builder, Jordanians reflect on a journey filled with achievements spanning 47 years, during which the nation witnessed remarkable progress in infrastructure, education, and economic activity, strengthening Jordan's position both regionally and globally. Under the leadership of His Majesty King Abdullah II, this legacy of dedication continues, passed down from fathers and forefathers, towards further enhancement, modernization, and developments across various sectors. On this national occasion, His Beatitude Patriarch Theophilus III, Patriarch of the Holy City of Jerusalem and all Palestine and Jordan, renewed his pledge of allegiance to His Majesty King Abdullah II, the custodian and protector of the Islamic and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem. He stated, we are filled with pride as we stand today with Jordan and the Jordanian people in commemorating a day crowned with honor. We deeply appreciate the wisdom of a king who has inherited all noble values and ethics from his father and forefathers, leading his nation with exceptional wisdom and strength. He has never abandoned the responsibility of the Palestinian cause and the concerns of our people in the Holy Land. For this reason, we stand today, hand in hand, with the United Jordanian family, both Christians and Muslims, renewing our loyalty and allegiance, just as we do every year and for many years to come, God willing. Patriarch Theophilus expressed his gratitude and appreciation to His Majesty the King for his continuous support of all churches in Jordan and Palestine, as well as his steadfast efforts in establishing the International Orthodox University at the baptism site in Al-Makhtas. His Beatitude Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzabella, Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, conducted a 4-day pastoral visit to Cana of Galilee. Upon his arrival, a large gathering of believers welcomed him in front of the wedding church of Cana, accompanied by scout musical performances in a scene that reflected the spirit of love and unity among the local community. Following his arrival, both Muslim and Christian religious leaders delivered welcoming speeches expressing their hopes for a fruitful visit. In his address, His Beatitude emphasized the significance of this visit, stressing the need to strengthen community unity despite challenges and highlighting Cana's importance as a center for pilgrimage and spiritual renewal. During his 4-day visit, he toured schools, churches, mosques, municipalities, institutions, and other community sites. His beatitude also met with parishioners and local leaders, listening to the challenges they face, particularly in the areas of spiritual formation and Christian migration. He concluded his pastoral visit by celebrating Sunday Mass, during which he administered the sacrament of confirmation to 7 males and 4 female students. The Arab Evangelical Episcopal Church in the Kingdom commemorated the annual pilgrimage to the baptism site of Jesus Christ at Al-Mukhtas, attended by hundreds of pilgrims led by His Grace Archbishop Hussam Naoum and a gathering of clergy from the diocese. During the celebration, Archbishop Naoum blessed the attendees with the holy water of Jordan River and delivered the service sermon, in which he spoke about the spiritual and human meanings of baptism, as well as the importance of spreading love, peace, and harmony. He also emphasized that the Church stands by and supports the position of His Majesty King Abdullah II in rejecting the displacement of Palestinians from their homeland. Meanwhile, Reverend Faiq Haddad, pastor of the Good Shepherd Church in Amman, called for prayers for the continued security and stability of Jordan, expressing his hope for peace and justice in Gaza, Jerusalem, and across Palestine, as well as throughout the region. The pilgrimage activities also featured the participation of Scout Band of the Latin Monastery in Zarqa and the choir of the Ahliya and Bishop Schools, which presented musical performances for this blessed occasion. The Melkite Greek Catholic Archdiocese affirmed that Jordanian Eparchy and its members stand firmly beside His Majesty King Abdullah II in supporting of his stance rejecting the displacement of Palestinians and the depopulation of Palestine. A statement issued by the Archdiocese emphasized that the faithful members of our Church, loyal to the land and the throne, stand behind His Majesty alongside him in facing challenges. As a demonstration of this support, Melkite Catholic churches held prayers for His Majesty's success in his wise efforts, praying that he remains a beacon of truth, justice, and peace. Prayers were also offered for the security of Jordan and its beloved people, as well as peace in Palestine and the region. For his part, the Patriarchal Vicar of the Maronite Church in Jordan, Father Joseph Swade, stated that the Church supports His Majesty the King's efforts in defending human rights, protecting identity in the Holy Land, and preserving Jordan's sovereignty and stability. In a statement issued on the occasion of the Feast of Saint Maron, the patron saint of the Maronite Church, Father Swade affirmed, "On behalf of our Lebanese community in Jordan, we reaffirm our commitment to the wise Hashemite custodianship over the holy sites in Jerusalem. This custodianship has always been and will continue to be a source of peace, love, and mercy among the people of this shared land." Coinciding with the World Day of Peace, the Ambassadors of Hope initiative was launched at the Latin Patriarchate schools in Al Hashmi Al Shamali. The initiative aims to promote the values of peace and hope in society while highlighting the role of individuals in supporting the most vulnerable groups. The event included a lecture on the importance of living in peace and the role of Ambassadors of Hope in spreading these values within the school, home, and community, in addition to discussions on ways to combat human trafficking. The initiative also emphasized the importance of an ambassador of hope in supporting the elderly, people with disabilities, the poor, orphans, refugees, and war victims. Additionally, a group of students from the Ambassadors of Hope program at the Latin schools of Marca shared their testimonies about their experiences over the past year, reflecting on the spiritual and educational impact of the initiative. Meanwhile, the Latin schools in Jubayha organized a special event for the World Day of Peace, which included prayers for peace and awareness sessions on the consequences of wars and violations of human dignity. In a different context, a training course for mothers was launched at the Latin Church in Marca, Amman, presented by the Motherwise Ministry. The program aims to offer solutions to the challenges faced by homemakers in raising their children and to encourage mothers to persevere in building a world of peace, dignity, and hope in their lives. The 8-week seminar was attended by Father Khalil Ja'ar, the parish priest, Sister Cecile Hjazin, coordinator of Springs of Hope in Jordan, and group of Iraqi parish women residing in the kingdom. The speakers focused on how, through God's grace, individuals can break the chains of challenges, become free, and serve as messengers of light and hope for others experiencing difficulties in their personal lives. On the occasion of the Jubilee year, His Betuted Cardinal Luis Rafael Sacco presided over a special Mass for Christian education children at St. Joseph Cathedral in Baghdad. He was assisted in the service by several priests, with hundreds of students in attendance. In his address, His Betuted emphasized the unique role of Christian education in the Church, distinguishing it from school education. He stated, "The Church helps us learn about Christ's teachings and works so that we may love Him, follow His example, and share our faith with others in our families and schools. These lessons nurture your Christian faith, and I remind you of the importance of prayer, attending church with your families, and participating in the Holy Mass." The service included prayers, hymns, and joyful applause for Christ, whose presence they celebrated in the Eucharist. During the General Assembly meeting of the Young Women's Christian Association, the YMCA in Amman, Madaba, Fuhais, and Husn, a new administrative board was elected for the union. Mrs. Hania Qaqish was elected as president of the union and Inas Swais as vice president by acclamation. Additionally, Elin Smirat was elected as treasurer and Khitam Rihani as secretary. The members of both the administrative and general assemblies congratulated the newly elected president and board members and also expressed their gratitude to the outgoing president, Nawal Al-Qassar, the former board members for their continuous dedication and service to the community and the nation. And with that, dear viewers, we have come to the end of our broadcast. Before we conclude, here's a recap of the highlights covered herein. Pope Francis, human trafficking is a new form of slavery. Queen Rania, during her visit to the Dawn of Christianity exhibition, calls on Europeans to visit Jordan. As part of his pastoral visits, Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzabella meets with his people in Cana of Galilee. Patriarch Theophilus III, we stand hand in hand with the United Jordanian family, both Christians and Muslims. For more information, please visit our website, noursatjo.org. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant time. And until we meet again.